Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video blog from myself, Max McGillivray. As Alex Ferguson would say, we're now into squeaky bum time in respect of Brexit, and what we're keen to do as Redfox is find some industry leaders that can hopefully give us some of the answers, give us a bit of a steer, because it's almost as if we need a sort of a crystal ball as to, I asked for a crystal ball. That's not exactly a crystal ball, is it? Well, we need some industry leaders that can give us some ideas to what's going to go in the future, so it can give us a bit of a steer. And we found one. So we'll wait for him to come in and then we'll have a good conversation with him. In the meantime, we've had so many requests about young Storm, our new office dog. So here's a bit of footage on him and how he's getting on in the office. Okay, see you in a minute. Mark!
Hi, how are you?
Very well, yourself.
Yeah, good.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure, thanks for being here.
Right, are you ready for this?
I'm always ready for it.
Okay, we're going to go. Let me get my jacket and we're off. Okay?
Excellent. Yep, okay. I have no idea where we're going to go, dog.
But what we were very keen to do, with you being the head of ag for Barclays, this store in Bury St Edmunds, every man and lady within agriculture has been in this store. So we were quite keen to find somewhere where we could put our feet into farming that would be relevant to our conversation, because we want to find out from you as an industry expert as to what is going on out there. So shall we go in and have a conversation?
Yeah.
Come on in.
It's the first song.
So Mark, I found what we need for Brexit. Tin hat.
I think that's assuming that some people see it as an opportunity, don't they?
Oh, they do?
Yeah. So.
What do you reckon to that, tin hat? And Barclays, Mark, tell us about your history with Barclays, please.
So I've been with the bank for over 30 years. So for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been the managing director of Barclays Agriculture, really focused on how we help our clients grow and survive and thrive.
Okay,
to the agricultural sector since 1744. In fact, we can actually trace our history back to Wisbech. That was the first conversation between a Barclays banker and a farmer. Wow. 1744 in Wisbech.
Excellent. Okay, so that's again word of the day. Nice segue. Being here in Mole Valley Farmers, just wanting that. Sorry, madam. Wanting that correlation with farming, because that's why we wanted to be here. As we intimated outside, that there's been so many people who have walked in this store from. Farming, agriculture within this area. I suppose that leads on to where it's all going. You look at where we are. This snapshot of us in January. Yesterday, announcement from Land Rover, Range Rover, that they're going to make 5,000 people redundant. We had the likes of the NFU and the CLA this morning saying there cannot be any form of no Brexit. There's a huge amount of instability. We won't even talk about the issues going on within Parliament. What's the view of Barclays? What do we have to do as agriculturalists, as food producers, to make sure that we are going to see our way through in a positive manner come the end of March?
So I'll answer that in two ways. One, this is a very personal perspective. So when I was at the Oxford Farming Conference last week, we had a Brexit with a number of attendees, and we talked about what are we going to do? Well, the week beginning the 2nd of January, I sent out my business plan to my team about what I'm trying to do with my business. So it is about, there is so much uncertainty in the world, whether it is the impact of Brexit, whether it is the impact on Land Rover, they talk about the impact of diesel and the uncertainty about diesel. So there's so many variables. What you can do is focus on what your business is all about. So for me, it's about how am I going to recruit some more people, which I'm going to do. What is my marketing plan? I've got a very clear marketing plan. What is my sort of red tape plan, my conduct plan? Very clear what I'm going to try and achieve there. And it's also about how do I make sure I've got lending available to my clients in the agricultural sector. If I was a farmer in the rural sector, you understand your business, plan for the things that you know that you can work with and around.
Okay, so that sounds very impressive that you got that plan. But is that one plan, and within that one plan, have you got flexibility as to whether there's going to be a no Brexit, a soft Brexit? What have you got flex within that plan?
There's always going to be flex within any plan. And I was again reflecting on that sort of degree of flexibility. But as I stand here talking to you, I know that my team are in different parts of the country providing farmers with facilities that go well beyond the 7-year transitionary period.
So what is going to happen come March the 29th? What's the view of Barclays?
Got it. I can't. I really can't.
Oh, come on, Mark.
I can't. No. I can't.
But I can be slightly facetious. But you're very well networked within the sector, politically, as with the farmers, and you're very good radar as to see. To get a feel as to what's going on. What's your gut instinct as to what's going to happen? Just so that we potentially can take a little bit of a steer from yourself as to which way it's going to go.
I don't even think the political pundits know which way it's going to go. So here am I. Strangely enough, I'm not often on question time,
yes.
And so that opportunity to say what I think is going to happen, I really don't. Think. Greater brains than me don't know.
Okay, what would Barclays like to see?
Again, I think what we want to demonstrate is the support for our clients. This is a sector where there is constant uncertainty, whether it is
where the currency,
all of the things in it. So disease, yield quality. Have I got the right people in my business? So there's always degrees of risk and uncertainty. This is a big piece of uncertainty.
Okay, but if there's a particular individual watching us, just saying, just give me a bit of what would your advice be as to how to plan for the end of March, depending on what the result's going to be? What would your advice be? How do we plan?
So my advice, and I was talking to one of my colleagues today about this, is that irrespective of what happens, if you are a dairy farmer, you will have a herd to milk. So you've got to get on. And so when the referendum results were announced, I was actually on a farm in the Fenland, and we were talking there saying, irrespective of what's going on, he still had a sown field that he had to treat, deal with, get ready for harvest. So this isn't a sector where you can go, do you know what, today we're just not going to open up.
The soundings that we're picking up is that the next couple of years might be very hard, but there's going to be a large number of opportunities in the future, 3-4 years down the line. So those that can get through this period with your assistance, on a banking perspective, they're going to be in a good spot if they've got that plan.
But let's play it back. So and one or two people know is that I'm also chair of Farming Community Network, which has a really important part in supporting a number of people in the rural communities. So supporting people like that, but also about taking on those opportunities. Is it just about planning? It's about talking to people and being supported. But I think the key for me is resilience and innovation. Talks about three things. Ryder Haggard, East Anglian farmer at the time, although an author, Victorian author, talked about three real threats to his business in the sort of 19th century. Labour, trying to get the right labour, trade agreements, particularly with the US, and the challenge of urban-rural society. So that was in sort of whether it was 18th, 19th century. Here we are.
Yeah, fascinating, isn't it? Not a lot has changed in that respect.
But farmers are incredibly resilient.
Yep. Okay. So the future is bright. Let's just see what happens come March, April of this year. Okay. Thank you very much, and we'll just say huge thumbs up to Helen and her team from Mole Valley Farmers for allowing us to be here.
Thanks ever so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Is this the best Mole Valley store in the country?
Yeah, it really is actually. Definitely, 100%.
Why is that?
We have the best attitude to customers. We have much
Check this out, Mike.
I know.
It's on it.